All right, you guys, what's going on? This your boy Town Biz. So we got a few minutes before the main event starts. So I'm doing a live stream in between rounds. So Sebastian Fundora gets a stoppage over Tim Zoo. I don't know if it was the eighth going into the ninth or the seventh going into the eighth, but the fight was going by so fast to where I couldn't keep up other rounds. But it was a good fight. Sebastian Fundora, he floored Tim Zoo in the first round, and it looked like to a certain extent Tim Zoo never recovered from getting floored. He was hurt, but he fought on. He was landing some hard shots. He was landing some whew, stunning like overhands and some leads. You know, he was bothering Fundora, but not enough to where it looks as if he was going to drop Fundora and knock him out. But he was landing some flush shots. It just looked like Fundora's punches was just doing more damage. The combination punching, the uppercuts, the jabs, they were just doing more damage. And Fundora looked different, and he fought different from how he fought the last fight, where basically he used his height, he imposed his will at times, but he still was walking in the shots. Now the question is with Tim Zoo, what's now is to the point based off the fact that he's took a lot of damage and his last few fights. Um, you have to wonder what's now is going towards. You have to ask that question: is Tim Zoo damaged goods? You know, and his three losses, he's been stopped. He's been stopped twice. So it makes you wonder. And when I say he took a lot of punishment, he took a lot of punishment. But he was landed some flush shots. I mean, his leads and his overhands were there for him all night, but the problem is he had to give some shots, but at the same time he had to take them. And Fundora just power was just too much for him, and it overwhelmed him. And eventually, as it looked at, he was having a great round. He just decided that he couldn't take it anymore. So basically, he quit. It's kind of hard for me to, and I know that they don't have no height requirement in boxing, but man, it's kind of hard to respect him, a dude that's 6'6", and now they then went down on his height. Now all of a sudden he's 6'5". That man is not 6'5". That man may be 6'7". I didn't seen Fundor. That man is. I mean, that man is. But they got to try to make it look like he isn't as tall as the other fighters. Is not that big of a height disparity when it clearly is. The man is like 6'7". And I remember when he first came out, he was listed as 6'7". So now all of a sudden he didn't went down. He didn't shrunk 2 inches, and he in his 20s. So I mean, come on, man. But he used his height to his advantage, and that's what you're supposed to do. If you tall, fight tall. Don't fight on the inside unless you have to. And that was his problem. He was trying to be too much of an inside fighter, you know. And this time he fought from difference and from distance, and he used range. And even though, like I said, Tibzu had his moments, but boy, it just wasn't enough. So, like I said, now the big question is with Tim Zoo, like, what does he do now? What does Tim Zoo do now? So we're getting ready. We're getting ready for the main event. We getting ready to see Manny Pacquiao. We about to see does Manny Pacquiao still has some juice left in the tank, because the last time we seen him, it looked like he was completely done. But Mandy says that he needed some rest. So here's the thing with Manny Pacquiao. Okay, um, if he is successful, what does he do next? But we about to find out shortly. I'm trying to like respect Sebastian Fundora, but it's just hard for me to respect him being that tall, being that big, and fighting in the weight class he's fighting in. He should at the very minimum be fighting I think I would respect him a little bit more if he was fighting at light heavyweight. But boy, for him to be fighting, like man, come on, man. But like I said, there's no height requirement. But I just think that's kind of weird. Him being as tall as he is, fighting at 150 at 154 pounds. Don't have nothing to do, and I'm not hating on him. Don't have nothing to do with him being Mexican or nothing like that. Because if he was black, I'd have the same problem. So it's just like, dude. So so if he stays at 154, you know, Boots is moving up to 154. So now Boots is going to be in the conversation. Of course, Virgil Ortiz is going to be in the conversation. A few other people. So we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. But yeah, as far as Fundora goes, it's just like, yeah, he's the champ. He's winning fights, but it's just hard for me to respect him. I think Tim Zoo is Tim Zoo may need to. If I'm Tim Zoo, I may take 6 months off because he did take a beating in that fight, and I mean, when you take a beating like he took, you really start to question yourself, and then you start to, question your confidence. So we need to see him. Like, maybe I would not try to get back in the ring. And let's just keep it 100. He quit. He said he couldn't continue. He quit. And that's basically the bottom line. When a fighter says that he don't want to come out, that means he pretty much surrendered. That means he quit. He said he had difficulty hitting him. He said it was like shadow boxing because he's so tall. So, but we getting ready for the main event, you guys. Definitely come back after the main event. It's your boy Town. I'm out.